To look at our final set of functions, make sure the fntest file has all the code deleted from the code pane and insert the snippet functions function test datetime. This is very similar to the previous examples. It uses exactly the same function to display the meaning of the function, how we code it, and then it displays the output using the eval function. Let's save this, refresh the demo folder and run fntest. And these are examples of built-in date functions. To format the time right now to Unix format, we use the function string to time. And we can put in the word now because PHP is very clever. It understands words like now and yesterday and tomorrow, which we'll see shortly. But string to time of now says it was, when I refreshed this page, that many seconds since the 1st of January 1970. It has exactly the same effect as echoing function time. Micro time is very useful. The second part of it is the same as time, but we get a number of microseconds into that second to quite a good number of decimal places. So this is very useful for timestamping records when multiple users are potentially saving records into a database more or less at the same time. So we can timestamp them and ensure that we get unique identification numbers for the records. We can format now into the format needed to save it in a MySQL database. And we do that by using the date function, which we saw before, is the formatting function. The date function can either have a single parameter, which is the format code, and it will format now in the format that we define, or it can have two parameters, the first being the format code and the second being the actual time, the time in Unix format. So this function, date, formatted in MySQL format, formats the time now. Moving on, we can do things like string to time of +2 hours. So when I clicked the script fntest PHP, then the time was 19:43 and 26 seconds. And 2 hours after that is 21:43 and 26 seconds. 7 days hence will be the 5th of August 2010 at 19:43 and 26 seconds. We can do string to time of tomorrow and notice that it loses the time. But it's more or less the same as string to time of +1 day, which is tomorrow, but the same time as now. String to time of yesterday loses the time, but captures yesterday's date. Today is obviously Thursday where I am. And -1 day does the same thing, but it does capture the time. Putting things into 12-hour format, if you were to go back to the date function in the PHP manual, you would find that the code for a 12-hour time format is little g, and an uppercase A is the anti-meridian or post-meridian stamp AM or PM. So when we formatted little g and the minutes with the A, we expect, of course, to get 12-hour format with an AM, or -1 day, 12-hour format with a PM. Remember, yesterday doesn't capture the time, but -1 day did capture the time.